Hello, it's State Senator Carri Hicks, and I am so excited to be kicking off Dear Time. Drop everything and read. Reading is such a fun and special thing to do with loved ones, and so I'm so excited that you're joining us today. I've picked one of my very favorite stories. This is called The Tiny Seed, and it's written by my favorite author, Eric Carle. Now, Eric Carle's books are all very special because they have such cool illustrations. See what you think. The Tiny Seed. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? Where do you think they're going? Did you spy the tiny seed? Here it is. One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up, up, up it goes. It flies too high, and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts, and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. Others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. One seed drifts down onto the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. It takes a special kind of plant that has adapted to the dry desert to be able to grow in the desert soil. Finally, the wind stops and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for his lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still, and the mouse does not see it. Now it is spring. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by, the sun shines, rain falls, the seeds grow so round and full. They start to burst open just a little. Now they are not seeds anymore. They are plants. First, they send roots down into the earth. Then their little stem and leaves begin to grow up towards the sun and air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It is a big, fat weed. And it takes all the sunlight and rain away from one of the small plants. And that little plant dies. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally, it too starts to grow into a plant. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun and springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along and, oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. And look, a bud, and now a flower. Let's count those leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It sure does have 7 leaves. But what is happening? First there are footsteps, then a shadow looms over them, and then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. Who do you think that is? A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend. It is summer. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. And now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. Oh, I just love the colors. Which one is your favorite? Mine is pink. Now it is autumn again. The days grow shorter. The nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends away from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more, the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower's seed pod opens. Out come many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away on the wind. And it starts all over again. One of the very special things about this book is that it teaches us the life cycle of plants. So you can talk all about the life cycle. Maybe you can even watch some plants outside your window. The other reason I really love this story is because it teaches us a lesson about believing in ourselves. The tiny seed kind of goes at its own pace. The very first seed went too high and got burnt up. The second one flew into the mountain and got trapped in the ice. And the tiny seed just kept on its steady pace. It's kind of like us. I think when we just stay true to who we are and we keep going, great things are bound to happen. So again, friends, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Keep reading, and hopefully you enjoyed this story as much as our family did.